we need to get out in the real world more. First and foremost, speaking about getting out in the real world, I've been down with food poisoning for the last like 3 days, and holy shit, like that was like worse than any flu or anything I ever had. Like I felt like I swallowed like a handful of nails or something, bro. But I came back outside today, man. Like I've been just out of it for a little bit, but I'm out here in my little small town I live in, Turlock, California. This is the thing, man. Like, I had a lot of time to think while I was kind of like, got sat the fuck down for a few days. But I think people really need to get off of social media, bro. And here's why. Because you ever notice, like, in social media land, like, just pessimism is just the norm. It's just normal to be miserable or to be, speaking down on somebody or to have someone to judge yourself against. It's usually only like that in the social media world. And then you start getting these like preconceived notions of how people are based on like a comment section on Twitter or on Instagram or on YouTube or on whatever. But when you go into the real world, you really realize that people were pretty cool, man. Like just my own personal experience, I rarely deal with like any, oh, there's my little Subaru in the background. But I rarely deal with any like, I don't deal with people who are like assholes like that, man. Most people are really cool. Most people are really respectful. This thing on there like, hey, modern women and blah, 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 blah. Most of the women I meet they're pretty nice. Most of the women I've ever met have been pretty nice. I don't know if it's just my demeanor that, commands that, but from my personal experience, it's like, hey, most of the women I've met are pretty nice. I think we get a lot of our, like our perception off of like a fake digital world, right? In the digital world, check it out, right? Here's the best way to put it. In the digital world, like misery sells, right? Just like in marketing, like chaos, that sells, man. Just like in the news, you watch the news all the time. They're not going to get a whole bunch of hits on a news story where it's like, hey, people are happy and like getting along and making things work in society. No, you're gonna get a news story where it's like, oh shit, a building blew up into a million pieces and blah blah blah. It's always gonna be something negative that's gonna generate more response, right? It's like fear marketing, right? That's what markets the best, is fear. If you're scared of the end of the world, you're gonna buy a bomb shelter. But if you're like, hey, things are going really well in the world and like, hey, we're at the most peaceful time in human history, people aren't gonna buy a whole bunch of guns and bomb shelters and like a bunch of like sardine cans of stuff under the bomb shelter. You get what I'm saying? But the fake media world we live in, man, that's what like kind of drives our whole perception and how we treat each other, how we treat other people, and how we view the world. And like I said, the social media world is very pessimistic, man. It's because they're trying to sell something. They're trying to go on YouTube or go whatever, right? And they always give out like these epidemics, like, hey, like modern women are so fucked up that like you need to come to Mr. Andrew Tate or whatever influencer is trying to sell you something, man, or trying to get hits on their page to come over there and be like, hey, I have the solution for your lonely, miserable ass, And that's kind of like, it's the same thing. I don't know what the women be looking at, man, but I'm sure they have their own woman Andrew Tate somewhere. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, but you get what I'm saying? It's like negativity is what sells everything. That's what like drives the whole world. That's what drives everything. You can't sell very many things off of positivity. You can't. But you can off of like people's misery. If people are scared, they're gonna buy more things. They're gonna spend more money. If more people are single and ain't married and got no kids, they're gonna spend more money to fill a void that they're never gonna be able to fill, and they're gonna be constant consumers to the day they die. Right? That's just my perception of how I see like this whole like how social media is marketed to us and how we perceive the world through the lens of like social media, which is a fake world. At the end of the day, it's a fake world. It's a fake world. Like I said, like if you go into the real world, are people really that bad? Like they're really not. Or here's a better one. It shifts your attitude. So you start attracting that shit, right? You go on you on social media, oh, women are da-da-da, or guys are this or that, or people are like this and that, and no one gives a fuck, and blah, blah, blah. You start going to the world with a rude asshole demeanor, and you start it gives you like it's like a confirmation bias, right? Because you already in your head are like, yeah, people are so fucked up, that you go out there, and then when someone's fucked up to you, see, I told you, everybody fucked up, man. Like, it's a confirmation bias. It's because that's what you put in your own mind in the first place. Yeah, people suck. Some people really suck. Some people are really good people. You know, some people don't give a fuck. Some people do. That's just how the world is. You know, it's always been like that. You know, it's not like the whole world cares and the whole world doesn't care. It's not just so black and white. It's like social media tries to like portray like everything is just black and white. It's not. You know, there's nuance. Some people are having a bad day and might give you like a little attitude. Someone might be having a great day and give you a good attitude. Whatever. You go up to talk to Shorty and try to get her number, and she might be a bitch to you that day. Maybe she had too many guys to go up to her that day, or maybe you creeped her out, whatever, man. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's all nuance. The next Shorty you go up to might say, yeah, you know, I think this guy cool. But if you base your whole perception off of what you see on social media, you're going to build a very miserable, pessimistic world for yourself. That's what, like, someone like me, like, I'm not really on social media that much, man. I might post something once a week. I don't never post something on Facebook no more, because that went to misery years ago. But your best bet is like, hey, if you want to be on social media, at least limit how much negative, like, pessimistic crap you're paying attention to, because it's going to shape your reality. You know, and I feel worse for the kids, because we grown adults and this social media like molds our perception that much. How about the kids, bro, whose minds are still malleable, man? Imagine how their minds are getting like destroyed by this. Like, if I had kids, I'd never let them on no social media, none of these smartphones or none of this. You know, we older, you know, I'm 33, I'm a millennial. Like, you know, so we remember how it was like, and there's people older than me, like, we remember how it was like before there was any social media, before any of this crap ever mattered. You would have to go in the real world, and you would actually have to like gauge people's perception. That's how you base how your world is. And another thing too is just like, especially after that like pandemic, people don't even go into the stores like that no more. Ain't nobody going grocery shopping or just go pick them up and talk. Like, I want to go like buy a microphone today, right? Like, a lot of people just order it online. You know, you don't even get to talk to the person at Guitar Center and be like, hey bro, how's this mic sound, blah blah blah, man, I want to know how much sibilance is in it, whatever. You know, you don't even get to strike up a conversation and get to know people no more. And, you know, to me, I think that's why the world is like, everybody looks at the world in such a terrible way, man. Like, just, you can do whatever you want. You know, I don't tell people what they should do or how they should live their lives or whatever. People do whatever the hell they want, man. But I'll say that your perception is more or less probably like shaped by whatever media you're consuming, right? It could even be the news. You watch the news too much, it's the same 24-hour loop. They might talk about Donald Trump and Kamala Harris all day, but what else is happening in the world? The same 24-hour news cycle, and it's all just pessimism. It's all like, oh, doom and gloom, the world's gonna end. Vote for our party and pay to contribute to our campaign, or Alex Jones, buy this bomb shelter, bro, because the sky's gonna fall on top of you if whatever president gets elected. You get what I'm saying? Like, our whole perception is shaped off of a fake world, and that fake world is there to make you buy more things. Does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense. I try to put things in a very simple way. Sometimes I feel like people look at me like I'm speaking Chinese or something, but I mean, that's as basic as I could put it. You know, what you consume like shapes your whole reality. Is basically my whole point, right? Whatever you consume on a day-to-day basis, that's going to shape your whole reality. That's why sometimes you got to do this. Just come out to a park or something. Come outside for a little bit, man. You know? Man, I hate I'm being the hater. I hate the way G35 sound with exhaust. That sounds terrible. You know. Anyway, but come outside for a little bit. Put the phone down. Stop looking for answers on social media where there isn't any. You know. Go meet some people, some actual real people. See what that does for you. You know, strike up a conversation with somebody. Tell someone to have a good day, man. How about that, man? Go smile at somebody. Do something like that, man. Maybe the world wouldn't seem so like dark. You know, you doom scrolling through things all day. You know, we all have that. You know, we all do that. We'll be doom scrolling through bullshit all day. And and we be wondering why we feel so like depressed or just feel so down and out about everything. It's because, like I said, our whole perception is being shaped off of a fake world that's there to make you buy more things that you don't need, to fill a hole that's probably like could be filled or it's probably not even there. You get what I'm saying? Like, come outside. Like I said, I've had food poisoning for the last 3 days, so like I've been feeling terrible, bro. Like today I feel a lot better. I just been eating crackers and drinking carbonated water. You know, so, hey, I'm back. You know, I'm back. No working out or nothing. You know, I'm gonna take it easy for a few more days. But like I said, come outside, put down the doom scrolling, man, and just stop tripping so much. Yeah, you know, hope you enjoy the video, and peace.